Today I'll continue speaking on the Diamond Sutra. Maybe we'll continue doing this for the rest of my life. We'll see what happens. Last week we spoke about the case from the Blue Cliff record. The Diamond Sutras, the transgression is wiped out. Case number 97 from the Hikigan-roku, or the Blue Cliff record. And I'll repeat that to get us started. And today I'm going to focus on the verse from the koan, the main subject. The Diamond Sutra says, if anyone is despised by others, even if they committed some very serious transgression in a former life and have been doomed to fall into the evil world, the transgression in the former life is wholly wiped out by virtue of the fact that they are despised in this life. Has anyone here not been despised in this life? Last week we started off that way, really unpacking what it is that we have to hold on to in this life. Of course, approaching this from the point of view of emptiness and interconnectedness, which is what the Diamond Sutra is about. So, despised by others. Who are those others? And how are they separate from you? How do we create the idea of others? A transgression in a former life. When is that former life? And what is this life? And where is the future life? And is there any life, past, present, or future, that you can grab? And what is it for the transgression to be wiped out? What is it for the transgression to be wiped out? That's what I'd like to focus on today. So this means we'll get a little bit into karma and what that is for us as Buddhists, as Zen Buddhists in particular. What is it for the transgression to be wiped out? So I'll move into the verse for this. Holding the jewel, merit is rewarded. Free from merit, the jewel reflects no more. Truly meritless, the heavens seek in vain. Gautama, Gautama, do you know the secret? Everything lies open, says SETCHŌ'S again. So what is the secret? Do you know the secret? Gautama is, of course, the Buddha, the human who gave us this beautiful path that we follow today, all these years later, the human who set out to understand suffering, to let go of all that life had given him, to find the truth. The human who kept going and kept going, vowing not to stop until he fully understood. And having fully understood, then continued by offering that to others. Does that sound familiar to those of you who have been studying the Diamond Sutra? The benefits of the Diamond Sutra. Reading it, reciting it, hearing it, explaining it to others, grasping, wrangling with it, digging in, trying to understand, failing, continuing, saying it out loud, whether or not we believe it, saying it out loud when we do believe it, being surprised by the phrase, the sentence, the word that catches us off guard and brings tears to our eyes. All of this is engaging with the Diamond Sutra, the best of paths. For someone, if someone grasps, memorizes, recites, and masters the Dharma teaching and explains it to others, the Tathagata will surely know them, Subhuti, by means of their Buddha knowledge. And the Tathagata will see them, Subhuti, by means of their Buddha vision. The Tathagata will be aware of them, Subhuti. For all such beings produce a body of merit that has no limits. No limits. A body of merit that is inconceivable, incomparable, immeasurable, and boundless. Everything lies open. Inconceivable, immeasurable, boundless, incomparable. Everything lies open. For all such beings as this Subhuti, likewise, wear enlightenment upon their shoulders. This is the merit of reciting, memorizing, teaching, reading, engaging with the Diamond Sutra. Immeasurable merit. So what is immeasurable merit anyway? We know what merit is, and we spoke about merit a few weeks ago. Merit is benefit. Not necessarily a benefit that we can grab, but benefit to the whole universe. So we must start when engaging with the Diamond Sutra by just starting. And we take it in over time. We read it, we hear some teachings. Maybe it sounds incomprehensible to us in the beginning, but there's something that keeps us digging in further, just like our practice. Something brings us here to practice together. Maybe we don't even know what it is, but something brought us here. In the Lotus Sutra, it says that's our Buddha nature. That's what brought us here. And if we are here, then we are already aware that we will be enlightened. Something brought us here. And when we are willing to engage, to be surprised, to keep going, to keep trying over time, even over lifetimes, then we are on the path that will surely bring us to awakening. And then the Diamond Sutra gives us all the ways that can happen for us. It gives us the path in a very short text. So back to merit. What is merit? Merit is boundless, infinite. Merit is knowing that we are all connected and knowing that the things that we do that are helpful help not just me or not just you, but all beings. It's understanding the truth of interconnectedness. That the good we do in this universe continues infinitely, like ripples extending out over the great ocean, over the whole universe. Knowing this to be true, we can't help but want to do things that are beneficial. It's very natural. And yet, what gets in our way? What gets in our way is our ego, our sense of self as separate, the me that comes in, the me that gets louder, the me that feels wounded or feels that I alone have been hurt by this terrible universe. The me that sees my suffering as separate from yours. This stands in our way. And our practice gives us a way to let go into the truth that we're all in this together. And the truth that very naturally brings us to the wish to awaken, not just for myself, but for the benefit of all beings everywhere throughout space and time. Our bodhisattva vow. When we realize this truth, we very naturally want to benefit and not to cause harm. Merit, boundless, is this understanding. Not, I'm going to shovel the neighbor's snow, therefore, maybe the neighbor will be nice to me next week and give me, I don't know what, a cookie, give me $1, give me all of his house when he passes away. We get, our brains create things like this. And these creations of our minds hurt us. We must do good without any thought of a particular outcome. This is true bodhisattva work. And when we've done it and tried it out and found that sweet spot of, it feels good just to do good works with no thought of something in return. When we find that shine, then we very naturally want to continue it. And that shine comes from letting go of the me, this loud me. When I think of the ego, I often come back to the Ted Lasso show where there's one particular soccer player who's very, very good, but he's not a team player. He doesn't know interconnectedness. His name is Jamie Tart. And there's a particular moment where he does something miraculous, and it's beautiful to see. And the whole team is with him. Nevertheless, he stands in the middle of this giant stadium of people, and Ted doesn't quite understand, the coach doesn't quite understand what they're saying. What are they saying? And they said, he's going, me, 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 me. This is how loud the ego is. Does that sound familiar to you? If we can make a caricature of it, the ego is ridiculous. And how familiar does that story sound to you? Me, me, poor me, my woes. I'm the only one who's ever had this happen. My life is terrible. I will never get out of this hole. I am the best. Why doesn't anyone appreciate my great qualities? Don't they see how smart I am? Me, me, me. Our Zazen practice allows us to let go of that, to let that sink, to dissipate. And out of that emptiness, the truth of the universe shines. That we are all in this together. There is no me. separate from you. There's no inherent existence. So let's talk about karma for a bit. Free from merit, no needing to grab something. When we chant the release of karma chant, it starts off, all my ancient twisted karma. All my ancient twisted karma. And this is really how karma is. Some translations don't use the words twisted, but I love the twisted, so I leave it in. I looked up the Japanese and it doesn't exactly say twisted, but twisted works. Twisted karma. We don't know where the twists exactly come from. And we don't exactly know how to untwist. We know that we'll keep working at it, all of it. My ancient twisted karma. In particular, I envision this as in our temple in Japan, where I first started practicing. One day during work period, I was asked to, so we had a grove of a bamboo forest right next to the temple. And we had let the bamboo creep in a little too much, to the extent that the bamboo's roots became entangled with the azalea roots, and they were starting to choke it off. So I was tasked with extracting the bamboo roots. And the more I dug down to get rid of the bamboo, the more I found. And when I finally dug down as far as the roots and found the azalea roots and saw that they were like this, I understood how hard it is to untwist. My ancient twisted karma from beginningless greed, anger, and delusion. This is where karma comes from. Greed, anger, and delusion. Beginningless. Greed, anger, and delusion. This is what creates karma. All my ancient twisted karma from beginningless greed, anger, and delusion, born of body, speech, and thoughts or mind. This is where it comes from. From our body, our speech, and our thoughts. Things we do, things we say, things we think. Born of body, speech, and mind, I now fully avow. Let it go. When we do this chant and we let it go, it reminds us that we can. We can let it go. We can fully let go of greed, anger, and delusion, knowing that they're not helping. We can also let go of body, speech, and mind, knowing that that entrenches the greed, anger, and delusion. We can let go of all of it. We can let go of the twisted karma. In fact, we can let go of even the letting go. What's left? Everything lies open. The root of all of our afflictions is grasping, this holding on, grabby. And our destructive actions are motivated by these afflictions, this grasping. Karma is the result of past actions, things that we've done that cause harm or cause benefit. Karma is the result of past actions. Maybe ages ago, maybe today, maybe right now in this very moment. There's spontaneous karma as well. The karma that we get to see right away. And as we practice, the karma is said to manifest more quickly. It's kind of a magical moment when you reach this point where you still say the thing that causes harm, that hurts somebody. And because you're practicing and you've really been working on letting go of this me, this self-cherishing that gets in the way, and you understand that your friend that you're speaking to is not separate from you, you understand this on a visceral level, not out of your mind, then you are able to see their face when you say that thing. And maybe it's subtle. You just see a little crumpliness come in around the corner of their eyes, or their mouth just twitches a little. And you realize that thing I just said, just now, hurt them. And when there's no me in the way, you want to immediately repair. No time lag, so no chance for it to get stuck. I mean, this isn't hard to understand how it gets stuck, because we've all been through that. The times where we didn't notice that it hurt them, and then a year later, or a week later, a year later, 10 years later, they said, remember that time where you really, and you're like, oh my God, now 10 years have passed and it's really entrenched. Somebody told me a story like that once. They said that they were leaving a practice place and somebody said to them, oh, hey, I never really got to know you very well, but I wish you well. And I hope you, wherever you're going works out for you. And in their own mind, they said, yes, you never got to know me very well because you did that thing 5 years ago that really hurt me. So I admired that the person could tell me that story out loud. I felt sad that they missed 5 years of getting to know that person, or that they held on to that hurt for those 5 years. And I appreciated that by saying that out loud, they were signaling to me an intention not to be that way. They were working on it. And that is the beauty of it, right? When we work on it, then we can notice in real time. We can pay attention to what is here and now, and immediately make repair if needed. It's okay to make repair. It's necessary. Oh dear. Did I say something a little off? Did I? Oh, I feel like maybe I just said something offensive. I'm really sorry. Would you be willing to tell me what's going on? It's not that hard once you figure it out. It's the getting there, and we have this intention to get there. Just like the friend who told me this story. Maybe he wasn't there, but he had the intention to get there. This is the Bodhisattva path. This is the beauty of our practice. Our intentions to be present, to let go of the greed, anger, and delusion. It's an active engagement. So karma is the result of past actions. But when we are fully present in the moment with no grasping, there is no karma. We're neither creating harmful karma nor positive karma. Simply no karma. This is emptiness. This is no merit because we're not gaining anything. We're not losing anything. We're simply present fully to what is right here and right now. When we let go all of our afflictions based on grasping, are released, untwisted by letting go. We can untwist. And then when we let go, all karma created as a result of this grabbing is also gone. Purified, released. This is everything lies open. Infinite possibility, infinite merit, infinite vow. Holding the jewel, merit is rewarded. The jewel is our prajna, wisdom. Holding wisdom, the jewel, merit is rewarded. But free from merit, the jewel reflects no more. We can even let go of wisdom. We don't need to grasp it. We can rest in the knowing that it's simply here. Nothing to grab. Truly meritless, the heavens seek in vain. Gautama, Gautama, do you know the secret? Do you know the secret? Everything lies open. When we can hold on to our ordinary mind and remain unaffected by the opinions, the thoughts, the actions of others, we're absolved from all previous karma. When we move through the world in the present moment, not worried about what this person said about me, what that person did to me, what that person thinks of me, which is really hard to get to the bottom of because who knows what others are thinking. Nevertheless, we constantly invent a story around it. Everyone does it. When we can move through the world unaffected by this, not buffeted around by the 8 worldly winds, by, oh, they like me, they don't like me. Oh, everybody loves me today. Oh, nobody loves me today. Oh, I'm really famous. Oh, nobody's ever heard of wherever you are. It's just endless. When we can stay present and let go, we can walk through the world without being pushed around by that. And when we can do that, then we can truly show up for the benefit of others. This is letting go of our past transgressions. It's not some magical thing of reading the Diamond Sutra, bing, everything's gone. It's the engagement. It's not the fact that we are despised by others. We will always be despised by others. Others. Those people. Especially when we think that there are others at all. When we have the perception that you are separate from me, that there is something called despising, then we're stuck. When we understand that there is nothing in the entire universe to hold on to, all transgressions are wiped out, not by magic. Simply, there's nothing to stick to. There's nothing to hold. We stop creating negative karma, then we can be free of it. It's a very natural process. It happens really all on its own. with intention, when we practice on purpose, when we engage with the teachings on purpose, when we sit and let go, then what others say and think no longer sticks to us. It no longer affects anyone at all. And then we're truly free. This is the transgression wiped out. I think I'll stop there. We'll continue. We'll talk about karma some more. We can break it down. Of course, we do that in Buddhism. We'll give you some details, but not today. Today's the one-day sitting. And I'd like for us to come back to everything lies open. Taking care of the root. As Venerable Shenyan said, I shared last week, we can have these ideas that we should do good things in the world, that our bodhisattva vows are benevolent actions. And this is like the branches. I need to do good works. But if we also don't take care of the root, then our beneficial actions will not be truly beneficial. We can use the Dharma to clarify our mind and enable all people, including us, to find true peace, true happiness, true everything lies open. Nothing in the entire universe left out, everything included.